Just two adjacent girls living in a lovely world. They took a podcast train going anywhere, but kind of specifically through Austin, Texas. Yeah, hook 'em horns.
Adjacent, very near, next to, or touching. Our tailgate is adjacent to the left field fence. ADJACENT, adjacent.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome to Adjacent Sports Time with Jody. Let's see how this goes. All right. We had our playoff game, our final game of the season. We did lose to Ohio State. Fierce coming. It looked like we were getting kind of beat pretty bad, but really we hung in there. There were some times when I was a little worried, for sure, but we ended up losing, of course. But we met at Hop Dotty and then went over to a new place. Shelly, where do we go? What do we do?
We went to Oak Hill Lounge, the old detour. It was very fun. Phineas is a bartender there. Do a shout out with him. It's a great venue. If you ever went to Detour, it's like they cleaned it up and made it fancy.
Yeah, it looks great. They have cool wallpaper. They've redone all the bathrooms.
They turn the lights on.
Yeah. Although I do like a dark bar. It's my best lighting. It's pitch black.
But I think it's important if you're looking for a sports bar. It's pretty good. Some of the concerns were the size of the TVs. The TVs were too small.
Fine. They were fine.
Yeah.
They probably need one big screen, but it's
still get there. We did feel like it's some place that you could go and play cards. You could play mahjong. And so we were like, and it's walking distance from my house. So I hope it's a place that people will go. They have a really good skinny margarita.
Their Paloma was good. We might try it instead of Flo's next time.
Yeah. It's
convenient. Will be happy because it has good parking and she doesn't have to walk a mile to get in there. So Tammy liked it.
Yeah, Tammy liked it. It's convenient to me and Tammy and Leticia, and Penny, and nice little walking distance. Krista, close to Krista, and DK. We got to hang out with Katie Daly.
Yeah,
it was so great to see her.
It was so great seeing Katie Daly at Hop Dotty, and Shelly made it so convenient. She was like, I can't resist. It's so convenient.
Yeah, it was so fun. And John, if you checked out our TikTok, John was extra horny yesterday. He was all horned up.
He had on everything, orange clothes. Yeah, goodbye.
He had on his cool glasses and a nice cowboy hat. We had a surprise guest, Brad Dunn, in the house.
Brad Dunn. And his hot neighbor came.
Yeah, his hot neighbor was there. That was fun. And we got to hang out with Kim Stockenboyer for a little bit at Little Dotty and Lee Catalano.
I know. It was so sweet to hang out with everybody. And then Liz came out. Letty came out. That was fun. And she did the splits.
Oh. And we put that on our TikTok too. It was very fun. And Dre joined us and she's doing our single Ready to Mingle. And we just interviewed her, and it was very funny.
She's hilarious.
She's so funny. And so it was a lot of fun. And what was great about it is Adrian and I kind of have to tag team our lives. Somebody needs to be available for culture. But Oak Hill Lounge is so close that we're really close to home. So we could sneak out together, which is a rare sighting. And so it was a lot of fun. And and Troy came out with Krista and she was like, same, it's so close to home. We we can be there and be back at home in 5 minutes. And so, it was lovely. And so it's a great location for us Southeast, South Austin, Oak Hill people. They don't have food. The old Detour used to have food and bar food. But it was usually next to a raging, like the old Detour was like a bunch of raging alcoholics sitting at a bar. I felt like maybe somebody was shooting up heroin in a corner or whatever when we used to go to Detour. It was pretty sketch
back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's not the case now.
No, it's very nice. I would highly recommend it. I actually might do a happy hour there for school because most people live south anyway. But also, it's right next to Via 313, so you could get pizza and bring it in. And Shelly did that. She bought a bunch of pizza for everybody, which was very, very kind of you, Shelly, as always.
Well, they're open to bring your own food. They're like, yeah, you can bring crock pots and whatever you want to do. They're really accommodating. And
great customer service.
Yeah, their manager's playlist, even though he's a Yankee, was pretty solid.
Yeah, he had good music.
I was impressed.
Yeah.
And so they're starting out, so it kind of gives you a little leg room to go in there and like make the bar your own.
Yeah,
because they're just starting out. Yeah, and so they played Penny's favorite song, "Skydiving," and so we got to do our little dance routine, and it was a lot of fun. I hope it is a regular stop for everybody. It is dog friendly.
Dog friendly.
Yeah, and
also Penny. I think Penny should get a job there.
Oh, I think Penny would be, I think Penny actually tried to interview while we were there. So I have no doubt it's on Penny's list.
It would be really fun for her.
I think, I'm sure. Back to sports.
I want to say, I am very, very proud of our Longhorn football team. I was impressed. They were class act for every game. We started this season back, it seems like forever ago.
September?
Oh, gosh.
September?
Let's see.
Yeah.
We played Louisiana Monroe. The score was 51-3. We were like, look at us, hot to trot. And then we played Mississippi State, I guess it is, and we beat them 35-13. Then we had OU. That was for OU. It was 34-3. Then Georgia came in and beat us this year.
Well, that wasn't our team's fault. It's because you didn't wear your lucky boots.
I had forgot my lucky boots. I did.
So that loss is on you.
That was definitely my fault. And then we played Vanderbilt 27-24. That was a close one. Vanderbilt, it was on fire at that time. Then we played Florida 49-17. That was a big win for us. Then Arkansas 20-10. We beat them. Then we played Kentucky, which were very nice fans, 31-14. Then we played A&M in College Station, 17-7. Okay. And then we played Georgia again, and they beat us again at 22-19. Then we couldn't blame
it on your boots that time.
Yeah, that's when we went to the tavern and almost got in a bar brawl.
That's right.
And some agitators were there. Then we played Clemson and beat them 38-24. Then we had the Peach Bowl, beat Arizona State. That was a tight game, 39-31. And then we went and played Ohio State, and we lost 28-14 in the Cotton Bowl Classic. And Shelly thought the Cotton Bowl Classic, I did at first too, that it was going to be in the Cotton Bowl, which is an open roof. And she's like, no, thank you. And then when she realized that was just the name of the bowl and it was actually at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, she goes, I would have gone.
I just couldn't imagine like being outside when it was 30 degrees. And so I was like, I do love being outside in the snow, but standing still in the ice, I was like, I don't know. So when they started um showing videos and everything of I was like, what the heck? It's inside? Why aren't we all there?
I know. But being a Texan,
Oh,
you realize you have no skills with any kind of icy weather or any kind of weather. Also, sitting on metal bleachers when it's 30 degrees. I've done it for kids' football games. I've done it for UT. It's too cold.
yeah,
I'm too old now, Shelly. I'm too old.
yeah. I'm too
But
old.
our friends went. Katie and Mark, Kelly and Robert. Let's see, Casey and Barnabas, and then I think
Our
Matt went,
producer, our
and Jordan
producer
went.
Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah. So a bunch
Jeff
of
Carlos. Yeah.
our buddies went. We were just the lamos that didn't go. And
Well,
John said the tickets at the end, or maybe you told me this, started dipping down to $10 a seat.
yeah. Hey,
I paid it.
now the season. Well, I think we're like it's too cold. We can't get there. Now the season's over. We can interview Hank. We can
That's
get.
right.
That's right. We're ready.
Hank
No
is one of our
excuses, Hank.
friends that is single and really ready to mingle. So you're going to want to listen to that when it comes out. But we have baseball season starting up right around the corner. I'm so excited. We're going to be starting straight off
Yeah.
soon.
Immediately
February 14th, Shelly.
after the game ended, I immediately texted Yak and Marpena and said, "Happy baseball season! It's time for baseball now." It's like, yeah.
And we start on Valentine's Day. I
Like, can you think of a better way to Valentine?
well, I'm going to be at I won't be there the opening day because I'm gonna be at La Mardi Gras.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we won't be at the first weekend. Upsy daisies.
Whoopsie daisies. And then they have oh, but it's not even here.
Oh, good.
It's at Arlington. This is the season opener. It's the Shiners Children's College Showdown starting February 14th. Louisville, Ole Miss, and Oklahoma State.
And our producer Jordan is going to be there.
Yes, and then February 18th we'll be back at Dish Falk, and we're against U of H, and then we play Dartmouth in a series, and then yeah, so we'll have the first game at Dish Falk. I'll definitely be there. I know Shelly's phone is like this too. When we put in where we're going, it either says Matt's or Dish Falk.
It does. It does. When I call an Uber in February, I will say, "Are you going to the dish box?" It's like, yep. Yes,
Yep.
I am. Thanks
Yes,
for
I am.
knowing me so much.
So much. I'm excited about baseball now. When we met with Jimmy,
Yeah, when we met Jimmy.
there's a lot of building to do on that team. So we're going to have to be patient fans and just know that, trust the process. Trust the process, So
I have a big announcement.
what is your big announcement, Chuck?
On January 30th, the Texas One Fund is having a ladies' night. It's a new thing they're starting. It's called Tradition with the dish, like in the middle of it. It's a tradition weekend, and it's 7 to 10, January 30th, and it will be at Assembly Hall. And it will be the first Texas baseball ladies' night. There's a fashion show, a meet and greet with the team, and the event will have a VIP hour, and they're looking for sponsorship. They'll have a signature cocktail. What do you think will be? Will it be called the Jimmy? The Jimmy. Our schlossy. Let's get schlossied.
Will Jed be working that? Will Jed be working that?
Oh no, it's at Assembly Hall. Anyway, they are going to have a fashion show featuring the 2025 Texas baseball uniform and apparel from the local brands. And so they have some great sponsors, and quite a few people have reached out and said, "Are we all going to the ladies' night?" So
Sure.
something to consider. And so, yeah, if you want to sponsor, reach out to Carly or reach out to me and I'll put you in touch with Carly. They're looking for sponsors. But I'm excited about them having a focused ladies' night for baseball.
For sure. Do you remember back in the day? I think you went to this when they had the football team did a football class for the ladies, and yeah, when
it was a full day. It was at the stadium, and they ran women. You did like all of the drills that the football team does.
Oh my god, I would die.
They had the quarterbacks throw us passes, and
everyone.
Yeah, we had to run up the stairs and back down, and I was not as fit as I am today. It was hard work. It was hard, and they made it kind of a competition between the different teams. And I was on, of course, a team with Katie Pena, Kelly Kroll, Casey Reed, and some others. And of course, they're very competitive. And so I felt like I let them down. Sorry, guys. Sorry. But they kicked ass. It was so much fun. We got to, take pictures with the coaches and with Bevo and definitely, playing catch with the actual quarterbacks at that time. And it's fun. If you ever have an opportunity to go, I highly recommend it. It's a lot. It's a fun day. So it's enjoyable.
For sure. So when does the women's softball team start their season for 2025? Let's check it out. I'm excited. I always like the energy when we all have the baseball and the softball going when they're in the regionals. So they start March 15th, but they're going to be in Florida for the first series, and then they come back to Austin March 21st. And if you haven't been to one of those games, put it on your calendar, start following them. Going to the girls' games, the women's softball it's a lot of different energy. They love to cheer. That's super fun. And families are so invested in it. And it's so sweet if you have daughters to take that time to go to the softball games. I think you'll really enjoy them. And they are great every year. We are one of the best. We have the best, I think. I think, it just keeps showing. We have the best softball team in the nation. So, our boys are going to have to, catch up with our girls. So I'm excited about that season too. I'm going to go.
Hey, Jody, this has been brought up a couple of times in different interviews about different topics, but in Melissa Poor's interview, she talked about her dad taking her out to Murchison Hill and shooting little rockets and stuff like that. And I remember when our dad was very ill, but he would pick me up from school and we would go to the UT baseball games during the day. Back in the day, I remember them being during the week and during the day. And so we would go to a couple of games, and that's really where I fell in love with baseball. I was like, this is amazing. Our dad was always a baseball coach at the local baseball fields, then he became an umpire.
And he loved it.
Yeah, he really loved baseball, and I definitely think that's where I've got my love for it. But just a shout out to all those dads out there. If you take your daughters to the games. Take your daughters with you. It really, we've had a couple of conversations about it, but when the dad and daughter experience happened, it really, it's like one of our core memories of those experiences, and quite a few people have mentioned it on the podcast, and so I've been meaning to talk about it because I think it's just a good recommendation. So yeah, you don't know how you're going to change somebody's life from those experiences.
Well, he never took me to any baseball games, Shelly.
Sorry.
Okay.
I was his favorite.
He did take us. Yeah, you were. He did take us one time to an Astros game, and that was fun when we were, as a family, we went there. But I do remember when he was coaching the Pirates, and he would tell them, I'll take you to go get pizza if you win this game. And he would take them to go get pizza. And he coached our brother Tim's baseball team in the Pirates. And there's a cute picture of Shelly with her back to the camera, posing with the baseball team, looking up at Johnny Angel, just with her dreamy eyes. So in love with him.
Oh my gosh. Well, I got to be the back girl for the team at their little mascot, and had some bladder control issues, and but I would just hang on Johnny Angel's leg and
pee on him?
I
What do you know?
I didn't want to stop and run to the bathroom or anything, and I'm pretty sure I peed on his shoe. And so, but I would, and my dad was like, just let her do it. I'd grab onto his leg like a koala bear, and he would have to drag his foot around and me hanging on him. And it just,
hey, our need for affection was maybe your love language is touch, Shelly.
I do love a good hug.
No, I remember going to those baseball games, and we would be like Pigpen from Charlie Brown. I mean, we were so dirty because it was so dusty and dirty. And Mom would sit in the car in the station wagon. They had this big, long, white station wagon for all 7 of us, and nobody wore seatbelts, of course. And if you were born in the 70s and 80s, you know that there were no seatbelts. John talks about when he was a kid that he would lay on the back of their sedan, where the back seat would, right there. And the family would be just rolling down the hill. And I'm like, if y'all would have had a wreck, you would have decapitated your entire family as your body flew to the front of the... But Dad was our seatbelt. We'd sit in the front. So there would be Dad driving, somebody in the middle, because it was a bucket seat, and then Mom, and then there would be 4 people sitting in the back seat. And instead of using a seatbelt, Dad would just throw his hand out and just stop you from flying forward when he would have to stop really quick. And then the problem was solved, because then he got the bread van, and then that became our family car. And we would just pile up in the back of the bread van. I never wore seatbelts, of course, because there weren't any. There weren't seats back there. And we would just ride around on that bread van all the time.
We would stand between in the stacks and the racks and just hold on.
And then we kind of stand and hold it like, rah! I could not believe how our parents would do things like that.
Oh my God. And Jody would sing at the top of her lungs, and we were all amazed by her beautiful voice.
Well, and it was great acoustics in that bread van, because it's empty.
It was very echoey. It was incredible. It was so funny. And sometimes at the baseball fields, Jody, I don't know if you remember this. I know Casey will remember. They would forget us and drive off and forget one of the kids. Not me, because I was always
around.
No, but I was always, where are they? Where are they? And so, but our sister Casey, God love, behind. And I don't know
Poor
if you got
kid.
left behind one time. But yeah,
I don't
it was
know.
like you had to do roll call. Roll call. It's like who's in the
Do you
car?
remember when Mom had that horn in the car that would play songs?
Oh my lands, it was so much fun.
You would
Oh my
have a
god.
keypad and you would put in a code and it would sing like the Eyes of Texas and then it would sing like other just real
You
quick.
were my sunshine. You were my
Yeah.
sunshine. Yeah, it was one of them. And then, and me and we thought we were like the coolest people in all the world. Jody, correct me if I'm wrong. It played it through the horn system.
Yeah, and I'm surprised we didn't get a disturbing the peace ticket because it was quite annoying.
It was so awesome. And so wherever we would pull up, we'd pull up to the baseball field and it'd be like da dun da dun da dun da dun dun. And then we would pull up to school and be like something else. And so it had like 20 different songs. And our parents loved playing that thing. I don't know where that came from. I'm
I
I'm
don't
gonna have to
know.
deep
My
dive
dad
it.
found it, you know.
Yeah. That's
Uh,
so funny.
our dad, so he worked for Mrs. Baird's Bread over on Tillery. And uh, you know who else worked for Mrs. Baird's Bread? Miss Orozco's mom, I think, did.
Are you serious?
So I need to ask her, but I know there's a connection with the Orozcos there too. It's so funny. Uh,
Oh my lands.
I know they went to Johnston, and yeah, it's just so weird. Anyway, but Dad would when they had the food that was expired, he would bring home all those honey buns and cherry pies and all the little sweet tooth things. I remember eating the crap out of that stuff.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I don't know if I mentioned this before. Please stop me if I did. About the cinnamon containers. Do you remember?
I do remember the cinnamon container.
Have we talked about it before?
It's okay. Tell it again. I think it's so funny.
Oh my gosh. So we had this huge container of cinnamon, like a barrel. That was
Yes.
probably about, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not spatially aware, but like 4 feet tall. Is that
Yeah.
fair? And
Yeah.
it was a huge barrel. And my dad brought it home for us so we could play with it. And
Yeah.
so how did we play with it? We would get inside it and roll each other down the hill.
Yes, we did. That
And
was Jonathan's house.
exactly. And you would get going and you get some air and then bouncing and flying and
Really dangerous.
very dangerous. And we loved it. I mean, we would do it over and over and over. I mean, um, the rest of the neighborhood was like down for it. It was like Dad dropped off a
I mean, over at 407 Traceway.
yeah. And so I have nausea, like from traveling or whatever. I can't be in a car unless I'm driving or whatever. The smell of cinnamon to this day makes me want to throw up.
Oh,
And I know it's because of the barrel. I know it's because of
sure.
those barrels just rolling down the hill, and I loved it. I mean, I was a feral kid, and we did it a lot, and I
Oh,
just was
yeah.
like, the smell of cinnamon is part of that nauseated smell for me.
Oh, well, now I'm
It's
getting
so
nauseous.
funny.
I'm so empathetic that when people talk about getting nauseous, I get kidding. That's what we were just about with our signs,
Yeah,
and I'm a Pisces, and it says I highly empathetical, and I'm like,
yes, you're very empathetic. So funny.
yeah, I remember that barrel. That is so funny, and
Oh my
just think about
gosh.
that barrel rolling down Traceway. You know,
Rolling
and
down
then you have to have somebody running next to you. So somebody'd have to run next to you kind of as fast as they could. Because if a car was coming, it's not like they would stop.
Arr! Oh my gosh, the good old days. Oh, to be a feral.
It was fun times. I mean,
It's so
nowadays
fun.
kids don't get to do all that. You know, you don't
Uh,
see.
uh,
I mean, and our cul-de-sac, we see the kids playing usually, but kids don't get to just run around. Although I said this earlier, Mom did not let us cross the street when we were little by ourselves. I don't know why. Well, obviously, I just said the cars didn't stop on trees; they just ran over. But Shelly, of course, got to do whatever she wanted, as you know, they like her car.
Shelly doesn't follow rules. We all know
Yeah.
this.
And so all the guys would be playing Trey's way. They always played at the end of the block in the street. They play like football and kick and catch and butts up and whatever. And Shelly would be down there playing, and Mom didn't seem to care about her at all. Maybe they weren't their favorite. They just didn't care.
Well, I was only Dad's favorite. I was Mom's least favorite.
I don't know about that. Anyway, but one time, of course, we snuck. We became big sneaky people, and we snuck everything. We snuck around. It's crazy how much we would sneak around all the time, because I remember going across the street because one of the balls had gone to the people across the street's house. And I went over there, and Mom came out and she saw me, and I tried to duck and hide. I mean, I don't know. And Mom's like, "What is Jody doing over there across the street? Get over here," kind of thing. And I was like, sleep back to the house. But one time I remember, I don't know if you were with us. I think you were. So we, one time, we climbed the fence, the back fence, and we went over, there was a
Where
forest.
Where the white dog was.
Well, we went and we climbed the fence, and we were like, we're going to go to the 7-Eleven. Instead of Utodium, we wanted to go to the 7-Eleven because they had Slurpees, and the Utodium didn't have Slurpees. And which I have a funny story about the Utodium. But so there was a forest kind of past our house area. And I remember going in there, and for some reason, there were like papers, Playboy papers all over the ground of the forest. So I guess some people went and just took these papers out of the Playboy, just ripping them up and looking at them and whatever. And so they left it. And I remember walking back there. I think it was like you, me, Veronica, Amy. I don't know. Poor Amy was like a little baby practically. We were making her go and do all these dangerous things. And then we go and we're walking, and we're all kind of looking at the porn that's on the ground and shocked and everything. Had never seen anything like that. And then this white guy comes out with this giant afro, and we all just stare at him and go, okay, through the forest. And then we go to the 7-Eleven and we get like our Slurpee or whatever. And we came back, and Mom caught us. I don't know how she caught us. We were being so sneaky. And then one time, Casey went to the Utodium, and she was probably buying Mom some cigarettes, and she saw a glass bottle with somebody's tongue in it.
Allegedly, yeah. I don't think I was on either one of those adventures.
You were probably just playing football with the kids down at the end of the block.
That's right. I don't think I don't remember that, and I have a tendency to remember those funny things, those good memory things. But I remember the tongue. I remember Casey talking about the tongue.
Yes.
And the bottle.
Spooked me out for sure.
Yeah.
There was like a natural boundary of what you could do and where you could go, except for Shelly. She was the only one that didn't have the boundary.
Well, I was a feral, and I had hearing issues even then. So even if they told me don't go there, I didn't hear it.
Oh, okay.
That's my story, and I was sticking to it. That is so funny. No, I really didn't follow rules. I was not good at rule following.
Well,
to this day.
Mules. Well, and then Shelly gets kicked out. How many places have you been kicked out of, Shelly, as an adult?
I don't know. I can't keep up with it. I mean, I just think that's ridiculous. I think that's ridiculous. It's so funny. I don't know if you've ever done this, but like everybody assumes like my Uber rating or whatever is really low. And so every once in a while we'll pull out our ratings and compare. And I always have the highest.
Well, one
So
time
take that. So take that.
Yeah, there you go. One time we were at Kat Monroe's, I think it was her bridal shower, and they had margaritas there, like frozen margaritas. And Shelly orders an Uber ride, and she gets the Uber guy comes up, and she goes, "Can I take this in your car?" And it's a margarita, and the guy said no, and she goes, "Move on!" And then she ordered a different Uber. I thought for sure your rating would go down for that.
No, I still had to pay him $5 trip fee. So he didn't care.
Those were some good margaritas, though.
They were. I was like, that was before you could get a margarita to go. So it was exciting.
And
That I was going
Kat
to
Richards had their second baby. I need to take them a little gift. I have it in my car.
and that the name is perfect.
What's the name?
It's like Rhett.
Yes.
Is it Rhett Walker Monroe?
That is a Texas name right there.
Oh man, that just go ahead and put some spurs on that little puppy.
That is.
Oh, and Jody, I got to meet our brother Tim had his first grandbaby.
Yes, Lauren Colin had a baby Cooper.
And they were in town, and so I got to go over there and hug Super Cooper, our newest Super Cooper. And he's a hostator, and he laughs already, and he's a little prankster. He pretends like when he's having his bottle, he pretends he's choking, but he looks at you and he has like smiley eyes. He's like it's so cute. And so that was a highlight of my week, is getting to snuggle up and hold Cooper and see Lauren and Colin being parents. That was so fun.
I love
and they loved her gift. He likes to pull the tissue paper out. They taught him how to pull the tissue paper out, and he was so excited about it.
Well, I'm so happy for their family getting to have a new baby. And I know that Tim and Sandra are just over the moon. Over the moon. Tim kept saying, he should have known better. He kept saying, I want to move to Tennessee, or I want to move to Colorado. But once your herd starts growing,
yeah, you're stuck like that. Yeah, he's embraced it, and we're all going to go to Jackson Hole at the same time in December.
Next December.
Yeah, Tim's family is going as well, and so that's very exciting. And there was something else.
Oh, I see.
Oh, Tim is going to retire either December or next May. Not this coming May, but the next one. I know.
I'm ready for him to retire.
Me too. I can't wait for him to retire. Yeah, agreed.
Well, listen, if you are up for some fun, join us in left field. It is going to be here before you know it. We will be there for the the Houston U of H, February 18th. We will definitely be there. It's the season opener. It's maybe on a Tuesday, Shelly, but if not, definitely February 21st. That's a Friday. And I love Sunday afternoon games. They're super fun. They're really chill usually. Shelly loves the Tuesday nights. Those are one of our favorites.
Yeah, I love Tuesday night games. I love being out there. And I love when we have a full day and everybody's out there. So that Saturday will probably be a lot of fun. We get out there early, play a little dominoes. Or wait a second. Katie kicks our butt at dominoes.
Yeah.
And we just everybody comes out. It's like a reunion. I love it so much.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be
So come out, join us in left field. Don't be shy. Just come right up and say hello. BYOB. All right.
Yeah.
BYOB.
Yeah. Bring your own what is it called? Vice. BYOB.
BYOB. Bring your own vice. Or not. Just come and chill. You don't have to drink,
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just nice to be out in the weather and be with friends. So
well, and being near Dishwalk and like when the sun sets is so gorgeous.
It is pretty over there.
Pretty. So yeah, come out. We hope to see you all and connect if you're ready for an interview. You want to hang out with us? We would love it. Let us know. We have givers, we have littles, we have interviews. We're down for it.
When single ready to mingle.
Yeah, I have 2 more spots for single ready to mingle. So give me a call.
Well, we might be moving it if it really takes off to Thirsty Thursdays.
Yeah. You never know. You never know. We're very excited.
Love you guys.
Love you, Jody.
All right. Texas.
Yeehaw!